For 45 centuries, they have stood. 3 massive stone mountains defying time itself. They have witnessed the rise and fall of entire empires. Yet their true origin remains a riddle. The Great Pyramid of Giza is constructed from over 2.3 million individual stone blocks. Each one is a testament to an ancient and lost engineering
Some
marvel.
blocks weigh as much as an elephant, others as much as a heavy diesel locomotive. As much as a heavy diesel locomotive. We are told the case is closed. But just beneath the surface of history, a fierce debate rages. Today, we investigate 3 jaw-dropping theories. By the end, you might just question everything you know.
Let's start with the official story taught in history textbooks across the globe. For centuries, Hollywood movies told us a dark, dramatic tale of how these monuments were built. They showed thousands of enslaved people dragging stone under the cruel crack of a master's whip. It's a compelling, dramatic story, but modern archaeology has proven it is completely wrong. In the 1990s, archaeologists uncovered Hayt el Ghurab, the lost city of the pyramid builders.
This wasn't a miserable slave camp. It was a highly organized, state-sponsored megacity.
The data recovered from this lost city by modern researchers is absolutely staggering.
Excavated animal bones show that these workers were fed prime, high-quality cuts of beef, sheep, and goat.
Massive bakeries on the site were churning out enough bread to feed 30,000 people every single day. Even wilder, skeletal remains show the workers received advanced, elite medical treatment for the era. Evidence of successful brain surgeries and perfectly set fractures prove these people were highly valued. This suggests a proud, heavily supported workforce of Egyptian citizens fulfilling a sacred national duty. And if you want a definitive smoking gun, look no further than the Diary of Mera. Discovered in 2013, this is an actual eyewitness logbook written by an ancient Egyptian team leader. Inspector Mera explicitly details his elite crew of 200 men transporting limestone blocks by boat. They ferried the massive stones directly from the distant quarries of Tura straight to the gates of Giza.
It paints a picture of a masterpiece of human bureaucracy, logistics, and sheer human willpower. Case closed, right? Well, not quite. Because moving stone doesn't fully explain the mind-boggling precision.
Which brings us directly to our second, far more mysterious possibility. What if the ancient Egyptians didn't actually invent or design the pyramids? Did they really construct them entirely from scratch? What if they simply inherited monuments that had already stood for thousands of years? To understand this theory, we have to look closely at the Great Sphinx. Look at the heavy, vertical fissures and rounded grooves worn into the stone of the Sphinx enclosure. Mainstream geologists claim this wear and tear was caused entirely by centuries of desert wind and sand.
But alternative researchers point out an anomaly. These grooves perfectly match the patterns of water erosion.
This specific type of deep weathering is caused by thousands of years of heavy, cascading rainfall. Here is the problem. The Giza Plateau hasn't seen that kind of sustained, tropical rain for a very long time. You have to go all the way back to the end of the last ice age, over 10,000 years ago. If the Sphinx was eroded by rain, it was built by a forgotten civilization, wiped out by a global cataclysm. This would explain the jaw-dropping mathematical properties embedded deep within the architecture. The Great Pyramid is aligned to true north within a shocking 1/60th of a single degree. How did a Bronze Age society achieve geodetic precision that modern engineers require satellites to replicate? Furthermore, we are finding older structures elsewhere, like Göbekli Tepe, which dates back 11,000 years.
An identical, hyper-precise megalithic masonry can be found across the ocean in the mountains of Peru.
Could there have been a highly advanced, unified global culture lost to the pages of time?
Under this theory, the early pharaohs stumbled upon these spectacular, ancient ruins already standing in the sand.
They cleaned them up, repaired the structures, and carved their own dynastic hieroglyphs into the stone. They claimed the existing monuments as their own, integrating them into their new, emerging kingdom. It sounds radical, but the deeper you look at the math embedded in the stone, the harder it is to ignore. It forces us to confront the possibility that human history is entirely cyclical. We might not be the pinnacle of Earth's history. We might just be the latest chapter.
But what if the architects of Giza didn't come from an earlier age? What if they came from above?
This brings us to the third theory, the one that pop culture loves, but academics absolutely despise.
The theory of outside intervention. The idea that Giza was designed by cosmic architects. To understand why this theory persists, look directly at the sheer engineering physics involved.
Inside the king's chamber sit massive granite ceiling beams, weighing up to 80 tons each. These gargantuan stones were quarried in Aswan, over 500 miles away from the construction site. Lifting stones that heavy hundreds of feet into the air is a challenge for modern multi-million-dollar industrial cranes. Then, there is the geographical anomaly that leaves mathematicians completely stunned. If you take the exact latitude coordinates of the Great Pyramid, you get a highly specific number. That number matches the speed of light in a vacuum, 299 million meters per second.
A pure coincidence? Mainstream science says yes. But the anomalies keep piling up.
Look at the physical layout of the three main pyramids from a direct overhead perspective. They perfectly mirror the alignment of the stars that form Orion's belt constellation. The smallest pyramid is intentionally offset, mimicking the exact magnitude and placement of the dimmest star. Why would an ancient, earthbound civilization be so utterly obsessed with mapping this specific stellar system? Did someone or something from above provide the blueprints for these ancient structures? Did they leave their signature coded directly into the universal geometry of the stone?
Were they waiting for a future human civilization to grow intelligent enough to finally decode the message?
Three distinct theories. Three entirely different versions of our human story. As investigators, we must admit, Giza feels less like a graveyard and more like a cosmic beacon. Each theory presents a compelling case, supported by its own fascinating set of clues. If it was the Egyptians, we must marvel at the absolute pinnacle of human organization and devotion. If it was a lost civilization, we are a species with amnesia. And if it was something from beyond, we are not
just
alone.
Scratching the surface of the universe's greatest anomalies, from forgotten history to the furthest reaches of the unknown.
Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching.